I'm Sam.
And this
It's
is the Last Minute Sports Podcast.
I was expecting you to jump literally.
Let's why not?
Works for me. All right.
Straight ahead.
Welcome back to the second episode of week 2. As we said last week, we took a break because there was no NFL to cover, and we didn't want to do a full episode on just college football week 1, but it was a very good college football week 1.
We're not even going to get into NFL yet, but so out of our 3 teams combined, one of them is 1-0. Not the one we were expecting. We'll get to that. It's still a little touchy subject for someone.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about one of my favorite things, college football.
Yeah.
My beloved Illini lost brutally
Yeah.
against Kansas. It was bad. I kind of almost punched a hole in my wall because of how bad it was.
Because I did notice, there was no Instagram story by you saying, "Oh, Illinois win." Yeah.
The lucky overalls did not work. I will say that. At all. They did not.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the game of the week, that one everyone was waiting for. Texas, Alabama.
Oh, what a game. I mean, Texas came out and they showed up big on the road against Alabama. It's the first time Saban's been beat by double digits at home since 2009, I think it was? And it was by Texas.
Here's a little fun fact about this game. The last quarterback to walk into Alabama, their home stadium, and beat them is Ohio State transfer Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And the last one who just did it is Ohio State quarterback transfer Quinn Ewers.
Yep.
So if you want to be a successful quarterback, commit to Ohio State, transfer to an SEC school. I guess that works,
And you're still going to a good college regardless.
I mean, yeah, either one.
SEC.
But this is the week, I call it the cupcake week. Let's see. Florida State, 4th ranked in the nation. Who they play?
66-13. What is that? Southern Miss.
Southern Miss.
Yeah.
Their best player is Frank Gore Jr. Frank Gore, the player who tore his ACL, twice in college?
Don't diss Frank
I'm
Gore.
not dissing Frank Gore. He played for the Colts.
Isn't he 3rd all-time in rushing?
Oh, yeah, no, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's only behind Walter and, what's his face? Emmett, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's great,
Bills legend.
Number 1, Georgia played Ball State, 45-3. Classic Georgia. They don't know what a first quarter scoring is. I mean, 0 points, and then in the second quarter, 31.
I mean, it's a defense, really. Only allowed 3 points.
Michigan still, 35-7, but UNLV is not great. So, their defense.
Well, they're still without Harbaugh, so.
Okay. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Bunch of stuff. Players are acting like the man died. It's a self-imposed ban, people. The NCAA didn't do it. Michigan did it. And Harbaugh was for it.
Yeah, but it definitely makes a difference, though. I mean,
oh no, it does. But there's players.
He's been there 9 years, right? 2013 was the Super Bowl season in San Fran, which was last season as the coach.
He has taken them to a bowl game multiple times, and he's only won them once. This first every year.
Yeah, I mean, because they lost to TCU, right? TCU embarrassed them.
They lost to TCU. The year before that, they lost to was it Bama or Georgia? It was Bama. It was
they didn't. I didn't think
Bama.
they made the playoffs the year before.
2 years ago, it was Bama, Georgia, Michigan, and Cincinnati, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
if I remember, or was it Ohio State?
It was Ohio State.
It was Ohio State.
Yeah, Michigan.
Right,
Big Ten.
The Big Ten title game decided it.
Yeah,
like always.
Yeah, right, because it was Ohio State, Michigan.
Speaking of Ohio State, Youngstown State, they only won 35-7. But the man that we all want to know about, who's the man that we all want to know about on Ohio State, Sam?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Exactly.
What was it? 106 yards,
160
2 touchdowns
yards
in the first quarter.
Yeah, he had 4 receptions for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns in 1 quarter. He only had 40 reception yards for the remaining game, but they were playing Youngstown State. He's not playing that entire game.
Yeah, why don't we have Chad up here? I'm just realizing that.
You knew? Because you joined in late on there.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, there's messages over there. Would we get a hello?
What's up, Andrak? I know Andrak said he was going to lurk earlier. We had the Battle of California. Private schools down there in the Pac-12 or soon-to-be non-existent conference.
Exactly.
He's just Caleb Williams is dominant.
Heisman.
I mean, unless he gets an injury, he's first overall. Unless it's the Cardinals.
No. He ain't gonna be first overall. There's a legitimate chance he drops to 4. Cardinals are gonna have the first. Oh, what? Hold on. I forgot about the Texans. Hold on. Let me rethink that. They'll have 1 and 2 probably. I think the Texans and Cardinals will be the
Now the
worst
question
in the
is,
league.
I saw this. Cardinals ship Kyler to Vikings.
They just paid him $250. What's the
I think
250?
it
Was it
was
that
like
much?
250. Yeah,
Okay.
I think the Vikings will be dumb enough to do that deal. Penn State played Delaware. I mean, there's no real other good games. I just want to talk about how Tennessee absolutely sucked against Austin P. They let Austin P score 13 points. A school whose chant is "Let's go P." I kid you not. The score at the end of the first quarter was 3-2-3.
Yeah, oh wow, brain fart. Especially from a team that was on their way to definitely a playoff appearance last year until the Hendon Hooker injury.
Yeah, I mean,
And obviously they got destroyed by Georgia.
two other teams that like didn't drop in the AP poll at all. Should have though. Utah was down for majority of the game against Baylor. Baylor, the team who lost to Texas State, the biggest Power 5 loss since Appalachian State beat Michigan.
Was right. That was last year, right?
Appalachian State beat Michigan? That was 2007.
Then who did App State beat last year? That was a huge upset.
They
Was
beat
it
Texas A&M, number 6
Okay.
Texas A&M. I still hold the App State game close to my heart. Hello from the couch. Sounds comfy.
It does.
Oregon almost blew it against Texas Tech, but Texas Tech let them march down the field with like a minute left and scored a touchdown. That's demoralizing.
I mean, was it okay?
Actually, I lied. It was a pick six with
Did
a
you
minute
see
left.
the viral clip of? I think RG3 was at Baylor. And he's
RG3
like,
was out
and he
Baylor
was like,
this
"I'm
week.
getting into the thick of it," like Kyle Lowry as he's getting swarmed by millions of Baylor fans. I just thought it was,
Yeah.
he's a funny guy.
I love RG3.
He's like immune to the media because he's said a few questionable things.
Oh, he
on
said
the
multiple
air,
things, but
he's immune to it.
Yeah.
because he doesn't need the job.
Pat McAfee and RG3 are the foundation right now of college football media.
Yeah, I mean, Pat McAfee he's more vulnerable to being fired and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. No, totally.
Especially because his platform started off of ESPN while RG3 joined straight up on ESPN.
He's what did he say? He said a lot of stuff that I would really not like to repeat on this podcast because for people we cannot say it.
Yeah.
Other than that, not a lot of close ones. Other than the UNC App State game, this was a rematch of last year's game. That came in 66-63 last year.
Right.
UNC
Right, because that was the week after
Yes.
they won it because College Game Day was at App State.
So
for that week.
UNC
Okay.
won again. Horrible.
Only by 6.
In my opinion, I'm going to play the game. College refs suck. There was definitely a pass interference on the
There'll be
last
a lot
call.
of that in the NFL talk about.
Oklahoma
refs sucking.
only beat SMU by 17 points at home. Number 18 Oklahoma. Let's talk about Washington State at home beating number 19 Wisconsin. Yeah, I can't read, but Wisconsin. Some people had them as their Big Ten favorite this year.
I mean, Illinois probably up there too. I mean, they were.
They
last
were.
year.
Hey,
But
we can bounce back. It's only
they
one.
started. Didn't they start 7-0 last year?
Illinois, yeah. I was
Then-
at that game where we became 7.
And then they lost to. Was it Cuse?
I don't think we played Cuse last year. No, I
Who'd you
believe it
lose?
was Purdue.
Oh yeah,
I believe it was either Purdue or Michigan State. One of the two.
Well,
It was very rough. It was rough. It was really bad.
yeah, Duke won their second game.
Yeah,
They're ranked
Duke,
now, right? Yeah.
yeah.
after being
Duke is,
Clemson.
I believe, 21st. The quarterback did not get his extension on his assignment. I don't know if did you see that video of him asking his professor for an
Oh
assignment?
yeah.
Did you see the video of the professor's response?
He said no, right?
Yeah, he said no because all the other football players did it on time. That is the most Duke
Yeah, the
thing I've
quarter-
ever heard.
Quarterbacks, so they have to study the most by far. They need to know every single play. The receivers just need to know their routes on one play.
Yeah, I want to
Not
talk
one
about something
play.
a little tasteless real quick. Colorado. We all love it. I love Dion. I love what he's doing at the program.
Coach Prime.
The fans rushed the field at home when you were ranked 22 beating Nebraska. They rushed the field.
Okay, you
Like,
gotta give them slack
okay.
here. This is the first time their season tickets have sold out since I think they said 01, 02, or 03.
I will give them credit. I would have more or less.
They already have more wins than they did last year.
Hmm?
They only won one game.
Oh yeah,
last
no,
year.
no, no. I completely
It's
understand.
understandable.
But like,
And the rushing the field in college has gotten to the extreme. It seems like
I think they got.
time.
I think they definitely got fined. I think they got fined like $1 million at the university.
I'm pretty sure FSU rushed the field after just like a normal, just like win against a mid-tier team last year too.
Oh no, they definitely did. I do remember that.
Like now Tennessee rushing the field and taking the goalpost after being Bama.
Oh,
last
that's
year.
great.
Exactly.
One of the greatest moments of college football history. The only one that triumphs, in my opinion, is the kick six. I love the
Yeah,
kick six.
you gotta talk about Miami and A&M because Miami
Oh
the
my
big
God.
upset.
I
It's all
wouldn't even
about the
say I
U.
wouldn't say it's a big upset. I mean,
That
Texas.
game last year was really low scoring. I think it was like 18-12 last year or something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, Miami, local university for us in South
Yeah.
Florida. I don't like Miami.
I
Yeah.
don't have opinions.
For reference, I have
Either
two
way.
family. My sister goes to UF and my mom went to FSU. So, it's they
The
hate each
last
other,
Florida
but
school
it's
you would
like
support.
focus on hating on that one.
Yeah.
But I was rooting for the Aggies in this one. Sadly, they didn't win. I will say though, the entire population that was in that stadium in the stands can fit on my index finger.
Well, hold on. Now, before we move off, we need to go back and mention one game from week 1, and that was TCU Colorado.
Oh, week 1. I thought we talked about that game.
No.
No. Yeah, you're
we
right.
didn't. Yeah,
You're right.
that was an
before.
amazing game.
That was an amazing game.
Shadur Sanders
no-
throws for what? 466 yards, 5 touchdowns.
No defense whatsoever in that
Dylan
game.
Edwards 3 touchdowns.
Whatsoever.
Travis.
Travis Hunter played within the past 2 games. So against TCU
Yeah.
and against Nebraska, the man has played a total. This is offense and defense. A total of, I believe, 240 snaps.
I mean, he played.
He's been playing on average like 120.
He played
snaps
every
per
defensive
game.
snap in
He's
the first
insane.
game.
Honest, Shadur Sanders, yes, Caleb Williams could very easily repeat Heisman this year.
Probably.
Could very easy. Shadur Sanders is in his 2 games, 911 yards, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions,
picks.
and like 20 incompletions in total.
Travis Hunter, though, if he just plays like.
Oh, if he plays every game, there's a
doesn't-
good shot he can be a non-QB Heisman.
He doesn't even have to play like exceptional. He just has to play good on both ends, and he'll get it. Because
no,
he's
yeah.
so unique.
I mean, we haven't seen a
I mean,
Cordero.
Dion is the only player that consistently played both sides of the ball for a whole season. I think it was the 96 season with the Cowboys. He played like 90% of snaps on defense, whatever, and he played 50% offensive snaps. That's really the only time we've seen that, probably since the 20s, 30s, 40s era.
Before we move on from college football, let's get into at least one of my favorite segments, Upset Watch.
What you got this week?
We all saw how bad Tennessee played last week. Honestly, we get Florida sucks. They really do. They played McNeese State. They won like 49-3. They're back, according to all my friends. They're not.
Joke.
Get out of your bag. But I will give you guys the benefit of the doubt. Honestly, Tennessee, I'm putting them on Upset Watch.
All right.
It's in the swamp.
I'm not opposed to that.
That
one.
stadium is a vibe on game day. You know,
who's Illinois play this
Illinois
week?
is playing Penn State. We're gonna get our ass kicked. Fun fact: it was the Big Ten, the Fox Big Noon kickoff.
W Bills. Well,
we'll get to that.
yeah.
But I personally, I'm optimistic. You know, it's at Illinois. It's at home. You know, it's a noon kickoff. I think we can possibly bounce back. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm optimistic.
He's
though.
delusional.
I'm delusional.
It ain't happening.
I'm delusional.
Although Penn State does seem to get overrated.
I did submit my application though. Hey. Just saying.
But Penn State does seem to get overrated in AP.
Oh no, Penn State is,
Every
in my
year.
opinion, one of the most overrated Big Ten teams because they always do well like in the beginning of the season, and then once they get to like Ohio State, Michigan, like the actual
get
teams,
trounced.
Aaron Rodgers. Oh,
No comment.
that was as tense as his Achilles on game day.
I mean that helped the Bills out season wise, but I
Yeah.
like Rodgers.
So honestly, Tennessee going on upset watch. Also, real quick, unrelated note, how's the audio, guys? Is it like good, bad? We're still messing around with some settings.
Wait, Boston. I'm pretty sure that Boston played FSU like week 3 last year.
Oh no, they definitely do. They
It
play
was
them like
the
every year.
No, I'm saying I think it was like the exact same week too.
Yeah,
They're
so
not on upset watch. FSU's
Oh,
not
no,
that.
no,
What
no,
are they,
no.
4
Boston
now?
College
They number
sucks.
4?
3. 4 is I think Texas.
I mean, I would love to see both of those teams stay just for unique playoffs. I don't want Bama in the playoffs. I know.
Oh no, I don't think they will. They already have one loss.
Yeah,
They
but
already. It's really
it's Bama, so they're going to be very
clean
biased.
audio. Sounds great. Perfect. Honestly, a game that a lot of people are interested in. Obviously, I'm personally not because I'm rooting for Washington.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are interested in Washington, Michigan State. I'm not saying Washington number 8 Washington's on upset watch, but it is at Michigan State. Michigan State's 2-0. They haven't really played anyone. Classic Michigan Big Ten teams, but whatever. I think there's a chance. I'm not going to put them because I don't want to see it happen. I will say though, I will clip this. If they do win, we'll come back to it and we'll talk about it because there is a real chance. Michigan State has the leading the leading receiver of the Big Ten and the best passer right now. For reference, they've played like no one, but whatever. Other than that, you think Bowling Green can beat Michigan?
I've never even heard of Bowling Green. So
really?
I think
You've never heard of Bowling Green?
Where is it?
Ohio.
I've never heard of Bowling Green. No.
Good old Mac football right there. I love Mac football. You think I'm not being serious, but Mac Nation, that's what they're called. Okay. Mac college football is like if you pull up to like a Akron versus like Bowling Green game, like a Mac.
Go Akron. That's where my King LeBron James is from.
If there's no Power 5 games on and you want a good college football game to watch, watch a Mac versus Mac game. It's weirdly like really good.
All right, I'll take you up on that one time.
It's getting some shade. Oh my god. We'll get him ready. We'll get him ready for basketball season. I know he likes basketball. We'll get you ready though. We'll clean you up. So when March Madness rolls around, you'll know everyone in there. Maybe except like one team who wins the Ivy League, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe we'll get like an Oral Roberts or what was it? Not Colgate. No, there was a different one. Oral Roberts. Who was last year's?
FDU. Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Right.
Never.
Basketball court.
All right. Let's talk about the thing.
Well, before we get into
that, okay.
I'm gonna go my top 5.
Let's do our top 5, bottom 5 right now.
Top 5, bottom 5.
Post week 1.
We're gonna start with the bottom 5 teams in the league. The worst team, Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, no doubt.
But actually, they played impressively well. Josh Dobbs played not bad, which for him is good.
I personally like Josh Dobbs. I liked him at Tennessee. It just he's just gotten bounced around the league, and it's kind of demoralizing to the quarterback at that point.
He's against an okay defense in the Commanders, obviously without Chase Young, who really hasn't played in a millennia. But yeah, they're clearly the worst team. Like I mentioned earlier, they'll probably have the number 1 pick. Second worst team, I'm gonna go Houston Texans.
I feel bad for CJ Stroud, man. He looked decent for the way first quarterback goes.
100%.
Honestly, I'd say possibly David Carr vibes going on again from this Texans team.
He had absolutely no time. He was running around that entire game, and against a good Ravens defense, he played better than expected. They made a late push in the game, couldn't get the win done, but I liked what I saw from sure.
Oh no, I definitely did. I'm a little worried because like obviously David Carr, great quarterback, horrible situation. Like got killed. He got sacked. How many times did he get sacked? 3 times, Stroud, in this game?
I don't know.
He got sacked He got sacked a decent amount. He had no time. I feel bad. We'll look at the stats when we get to that game. But
all right, so my third worst team. I'm looking through here. I'm not going to go ahead and say the Panthers.
Honestly, Tennessee looked really bad.
Yeah. That's what I was going to go.
Tennessee looked really
Tennessee, bad. Ryan Tannehill. I remember when he was top 10. That 2019 season when they beat the Ravens. No, they're terrible. Their receiving core, it's not going to work. Derrick Henry is old. Defense, I can name about 4 players on their defense. We're going to go the 4th worst team in the league. A lot of people have been saying Giants. I don't agree. I am going with
Cincinnati Bengals. I'm kidding. After that performance, maybe, but like
it was an impressive week 1, but the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna bash you on that at all. I'll get to that.
A once great O-line has now turned terrible. Quentin Nelson still.
It was better than last year. The way it looked last year, I think it was better.
It was almost a delusion because you have a mobile quarterback, so it looks
Joe
like
Burrow got abused. Yeah. He did. He abused himself in that game.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into my.
There's a lot of you know what we just screw the NFL section. We need an entire section on how week 1 quarterbacks performed because there were not a lot that performed good.
But AR was running around a lot, so I think that's kind of what made you think that the O-line was a bit better because obviously when you're on the run, you have.
We haven't had a mobile quarterback since Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck being considered mobile is a slight of a stretch, but
we'll get to that. That's the last part of week 1. That's the last part of week 1.
Oh, right. We're not even on games yet. And then I'm going to go the Chicago Bears. I was close to putting the Minnesota Vikings because their week 1 performance, terrible. But the Bears, Justin Fields.
What's up, Vortex?
Justin Fields has not shown any improvement from that first Sunday night game against the Rams, his rookie year.
Boot Max from chat. If it gets to that, we could. We could.
All right, so top 5 teams. We'll start. I'm gonna start at number 1. The best team in the league after week 1 is the Dallas Cowboys, and I hate to say it, But the Giants, I think, were always underrated last year. To go on the road.
Time out. We're at 10 viewers.
Damn.
If you guys haven't already, I hate to do this plug. Make sure to drop a follow. We're going to do this every week now because our 1 week stint, because our whole thing is over.
Yep.
So if you guys like the podcast, make sure to drop a follow. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're listening to anything you guys want to see, we'll do it. Maybe except jump off a building. We want to do that, right?
Okay, so to go on the road and win 40-0 is impressive. They have the best defense in the league. Speaking of best defense, second best team is the San Francisco 49ers. To go on the road and win by 23, very impressive. Third best team in the league.
We could do UFC.
It deeply, deeply pains me to put the Miami Dolphins as the third best team in football. Their defense is bad. I hate Tua.
Eli Apple's cornerback too.
I still don't think he can throw the ball deep. That throw to Tyreek Hill was very impressive, but he underthrew lots, and he almost cost them the game with 2 underthrown touchdowns. But they have Tyreek Hill, and they have Jalen Waddle, and Tua, when healthy, is good. And honestly, it also has to do with how some other teams in that division played. Number 4, Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl runner-ups.
I did not think they looked that good this past
They
week.
didn't. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Good defense, the best rushing game in the league. And then number 5 best team, you can't count them out, the Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, this is actually a perfect segue into the first game of the season, which was Chiefs-Lions. So we could talk about
Can
that
we
game
have a flashback? You thought I was crazy. I did choose the Chiefs to win. I will admit that.
I think I chose.
No, you chose the Chiefs. Yes.
Okay.
But I will say, I did say the Lions could pull out a win.
Yes, and they did.
And they did. They really did. MCDC with balls of steel.
MCDC.
Motor City Dan Campbell.
Oh, okay. I've never.
You never heard MCDC?
It's the most random shit.
You've never heard MCDC?
No, I just know him as Dan Campbell, the guy who
really
his first ever conference. He said he's gonna break his opponent's knees and turn them into lasagna. Or
what a
something
guy!
Like that.
What a guy!
But it was a great season opener. A little low scoring, and the main takeaway from this is that how much special treatment from the media Patrick Mahomes gets, because you get a guy like Daniel Jones, who I'm not a huge Daniel Jones guy, but I think he's better than most people think, and they accuse Daniel Jones of being terrible. But he had no receivers around him. And now they're like, oh my God, Mahomes needs so much help, because his receivers cost him the game. That's happened so many times to the Giants. Let's not pretend. Like, every quarterback needs help.
Vortex with the follow. Appreciate that.
Thank
I
you.
will say, is Travis Kelce going to play this week?
On
he
his
ca-
podcast with Jason Kelsey, he said it's looking good for this week.
If he cares about the team, which he does, he should play. He should.
Who's
He
their
should.
matchup this week?
I don't know. We can see that.
But
Honestly, but no, going for it first quarter on your own 20 with a
that led to a touchdown drive, yeah.
but like balls of steel, like who does that? No one.
I was very disappointed. I know it's his first ever game in the lack of Jahmyr Gibbs we got, because when he touched the ball, he was electric. He was breaking tackles. He was hitting nice juke moves. He was running better than David Montgomery was, and I'm disappointed that they didn't utilize him more. Now, Dan Campbell said they were going to because it was his first game, but I think they could have won this game a little more.
I
easily
did
if they relied
draft
on
him in fantasy in both my leagues. I did like what I saw out of him, and
Yeah,
I'm
he looked
hoping they will
great.
utilize him. Josh Reynolds looked like obvious. Okay, first of all, before we get
Marvin
let's get the
Jones did not look good either.
Oh no, but let's get out of the
old.
obvious. Amon-Ra St. Brown. He looked good.
I'm ready to call him a top 10 receiver.
He looked good.
I think
he
he's a
looked
top 10
really good.
receiver.
I think one more game, he looked good. I liked it. But Josh Reynolds, I think he was the shocker of the game. He led the game in receiving. He led the game in receiving.
Now, the biggest point of this game, Kadarius Toney.
Brick hands.
Kadarius Toney.
I thought that was necessary.
3 drops. One of them leading to a pick 6. The other one, just a normal drag route. You know what? That's excusable. The other one is on, I believe, a...
Oh, well, we will definitely talk about the Giants game in depth. Like, no joke. I'm excited to talk about that
long
game.
third down that he dropped that ultimately cost them the game and the game-winning drive. And also, I want to talk about, for once I'm going to say this, Andy Reid with a terrible coaching decision. Going for it 14-15
I don't get
from
that.
your own 40 with 2 minutes 30 seconds to go. All 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning. A terrible choice.
Oh, yeah. I hated that. Like, that's the type of... Okay, this is not... But it makes sense. That's the type of play I expect the Lions to
Yes,
make. That's
it
not...
is.
Maybe not this year's
Maybe not
Lions,
Dan
but like
Campbell,
this
yeah.
like 2 years, like
Yeah,
previous
I
Lions.
agree.
This is that is a move I fully expect from the Lions and not the defending champs.
And the Chiefs defense was playing pretty well in this game. They only allowed 14 points.
Without Chris Jones.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Chris Collinsworth seems
Should
to
I have
bring
drafted
up.
Cowboys defense over Jay Jettis? Totally.
They
They had 40 points.
in one of my leagues, right? This guy that we have in our league, huge Cowboys fan. He didn't get the Cowboys defense and he really wanted him. So this was Thursday. He trades Miles Sanders for the Cowboys defense. I was ready to veto him. Like, that's not fair. This guy is getting like a top 25 running back for defense. And if the trade was not made, it would have been opposite. The guy who made the trade won, and the guy who got the defense won, and the guy who gave it the defense.
I will say,
it's crazy. Best
in my league, I have a family league. Going into the Sunday night game, I was down by 40 points. By it was like 130 to 90, because I drafted Lamar Jackson thinking that was a good idea.
Hey, I drafted Josh Allen and Joe Burrow.
Poor man.
Or not Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, who didn't do shit either.
And my opponent had the Cowboys defense. And I wake up the next I turned the game off at halftime because it was pathetic. I wake up the next morning, and in that league, the Cowboys defense scored 36 points.
In my league, they were 42 because we have any forced fumble as plus.
You do?
Not just recovered, yeah.
Yeah, I thought, I was like, Darren Waller got this in the bag. I just need him to score 70 points.
But again, just an impressive performance from the Lions. People are calling them top 7-ish.
They look
I'm not
good,
ready
though.
to say it there. Again, I hate the Chiefs. They didn't have their second and third best players, Chris Jones and Travis Kelce. And obviously, I think the Chiefs win that game if they have Kelce. Because
Or
Mahomes
Jones. I think Jones either.
I think
That's more pressure on the line.
Well, you wouldn't have had those drops from Tony if you have Kelce there, because he's going to throw to Kelce
You got a
every
point.
time over Tony. So I think
Tony was feeling himself in the offseason and didn't back it up.
I think Kelce genuinely, he's getting older and he's hurt, but I genuinely think a record-breaking season for him is coming in because there's no targets on the team. They've had McCole Hardman, they've had Tyreek Hill. Those are reliable guys. Demarcus Robinson, even Sammy Watkins back in the day. They don't have anyone now. Valdez-Scantling doesn't have good hands. Neither does Tony.
Raiders
So,
top of AFC West. I mean, technically,
crazy.
yes.
Not technically. Yes, 1-0, 0-1-0, 1-1.
I mean, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, let's talk about the Panthers Falcons game.
Very interesting game. Lackluster quarterback play on both sides.
I mean, you have Desmond Ridder. But Bryce Young has a line. I don't know if he has a line, but it's mainly the Falcons don't have a defensive line.
They have Grady Jarrett.
They have Grady Jarrett.
I liked a lot what I saw.
I liked Bijan Robinson.
I was gonna highlight a different Falcons running back,
Oh,
Tyler Algier.
Tyler Algier, yeah. I loved the Falcons head coach. He's like, I got Drake London, Bijan Robinson.
Hold on,
nah.
sorry. Drake London 0 catches, 0 yards. Kyle Pitts 1 catch for about 20 yards.
Yeah, no. I was like, I got these 3 first round players on my offense, phenomenal players. Tyler Algier is the man I'm going with.
And
he's good. He's good.
No, I criticized the Falcons for the Bijan pick when they made it because you have Patterson, who Joker, now stupid. And Tyler Algier had a breakout second half of the year. I honestly, after this week 1, I don't like the pick. I think you could have went defense. Like you said, terrible D-line. You could have went Will Anderson. You could have went
Jalen Carter. Carter was available there. Was he?
Yes, he was. Because
was it
they
8?
picked Bijan at the 4th pick, right?
Was the
no.
It was
7,
like the
7.
Yeah, no, and
Kyle Pitts was 4.
Eighth pick was or 9th was Jalen.
I thought Bryce Young was going to come out and win his debut. He didn't, but I still don't like the pick, and I think that they could have went somewhere else because Tyler Algier. Not that Bijan wasn't good.
They
that
could show their
move,
faces on Sunday in paper bags.
That's a nice Sammy Watkins name drop. Hey, I have a set of him in my room.
You know, he played for both of our teams.
All right. I can name you all the teams he played for in order. It went Bills, Rams. Then he went to the Chiefs. Then he went to the Ravens. Then he went to the Packers. Then he got cut. He went back to the Packers. So, lots of it.
Our Nightbot is being dumb.
Stop spam.
I'll fix that. Our Nightbot's being dumb. It's not supposed to do that.
But I like that juke move by Bijan.
He's good. No. I don't like the pick. I agree with you. I don't like the pick for the
Falcons. But
Falcons, but he's a great player.
Like
he looked good.
It's the best fit versus best available. It can go either way.
Yeah, no. Bryce Young.
Jesse Bates was I believe the NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
You know what we should. You know what we should talk about.
picks.
Bryce Young, first career touchdown. What Hayden Hurst do, Sam?
Chucking into the crowds, but he got the ball back.
He did get the ball back, but I'm like, did he like? Was he
Bryce?
Nightbot can suck it?
Most promising rookie this year after week 1. I am gonna go with Jordan Addison.
Puka Nakua. I'm kidding.
Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
Zay Jones. Zay Flowers, I mean, looked
he
really
good
good.
too. But against the Texans defense, I mean, the Bucs defense is only slightly more legit.
Oh yeah, no. Jordan Addison looked really good.
But Bryce Young did not look good. It's his first game though. He's not gonna come into the league and be a Patrick Mahomes or a Lamar Jackson and be impactful right away.
There's a reason the Bears had that high of a pick.
Right. He needs.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry.
Trubisky.
That's not what I meant. I just the Bears just caught a stray because I did not mean to say it the way I did. But there's a reason the Panthers trade up because they needed that help.
And I mean this offense, the Panthers sucks. Like I know.
Rookie Dak was really good though.
I know you gave up DJ Moore to move up to the first overall pick. But then to pick a quarterback and have, honestly, the best receiver on the team be Laviska Shenault is crazy. I love Adam Thielen. He's old. He's washed up.
Oh, no, he definitely is.
But
Hayden Hurst might be the best receiver on that team.
They have nobody around him. And Desmond Ridder, honestly, 15 for 18, that's 83%. That's good. Only 115 yards, so he averaged under 10 yards of completion, which is not good. And a touchdown, which was thrown to Bijan, right? Phenomenal, which Bijan did all of it on that play.
You know, Bijan, I like I said, maybe not great for them.
The Drake London is just, it's tragic.
And Kyle Pitts? Brady to Jets. No. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. All right, let's talk about how the Cleveland defense absolutely played.
Some people, some analysts like ESPN, NFL Network, all
LeBron to Jets, totally. Yes, going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep, going to happen.
This is a little tangent. If LeBron wanted to, when he was leaving high school, he totally could have been in the NFL. Imagine LeBron as a tight end, how fast he is and being 6'9".
Hell, not even that. When the NBA strike was going on, he could have left.
Yeah,
the
he
Cowboys.
considered it. He considered
Jerry
it.
Jones offered him.
I mean, obviously he would have but his blocking would have been good because like he's 6'9". Okay. Besides the point, a lot of people have the Browns as a top 10 team. I don't want to call it yet there because it was a bad it was a bad performance from Deshaun Watson. He came up clutch. He ran the ball well. A great win from the Browns, honestly. And I think this was a little more of the Browns being better than we think than the Bengals being that bad. And the Browns have owned Joe Burrow's number. They've beat the Bengals 5 of the last 6 times.
Stop glazing LeBron.
I will never stop glazing LeBron.
Fuck LeBrons.
I will never stop glazing LeBron. He's my king.
See, I was going to have a comeback, but I know Sam would have an immediate comeback, and I really don't want him to say it on stream.
Okay. So, I need to know what you guys think of this, because I don't think this is a biased take. Joe Burrow played a decent amount worse than Josh Allen did this week, but Josh Allen was highlighted in primetime, which is why more people saw it. Joe Burrow
also
was
the fact that Josh Allen had 4 turnovers.
14 for 31 for 82 yards. That offense didn't move at all. Josh Allen was moving that offense down the field. Every time they got to midfield, though, he was a dumbass and chucked it down the field to Whitehead. So
you said it. Not
Joe
me.
Burrow played worse than Josh Allen did, and this was a abysmal performance from the Bengals. T. Higgins didn't have a catch. Jamar Chase had 5 for 39. This Browns defense is legit. It is, though. We saw Myles Garrett doing crossovers before and then sacking Joe Burrow in about a second. He's elite, and he's one of the best defensive players in the league.
I'm winning. Do you think Hamlin might play this week? It's tough.
He is well enough to play, but I don't think he will. I think he's not good.
No. Myles Garrett, what a guy.
Has the quality dropped a bit, guys? Is it a little blurry? Imagine if Josh Allen wore a star in his helmet.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think he's trying to say if Josh
Allen is significantly better than Dak Prescott. Don't get it twisted. Josh has games like this every single year, and then he also plays like the best. And then he also plays like the best quarterback in the world for about 13 out of the 17 weeks. So let's not get it twisted.
Here, it might be because of the lighting. Should I switch the lights back?
No, I mean
it says blurry.
Oh well, hold on. It looks a little better now.
Pixelating bit could just mean like the bit rate.
All right.
Says we're good.
We're fine.
We'll see. All right, cool.
Offensive performances to highlight.
Elijah Moore looked actually pretty good.
Yeah. Nick Chubb, 5.9 yards a carry. It's great. That's what we know him for. Deshaun Watson,
I need
a
him to get
nice rushing touchdown. Where'd the last touchdown come from? I'm only seeing 2 offensive touchdowns from the Rams. Do they have a defensive one? I don't remember.
I don't know actually.
Unless it was just field goals.
It might
I
have
think
just
it
been
did. I
field
think they
goals.
went for 2. Yeah, they did. Yeah, like I said, Watson did throw the ball well. But yeah, start Josh Allen or Zach Wilson in fantasy. That is a stupid question.
I saw that. I was gonna let him handle that one.
Yeah, Josh. For sure.
Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts. I think Anthony Richardson looked decent for a first game from a rookie quarterback.
Jags defense isn't great, so I would have. I mean, yeah, he looked the best out of the rookie quarterback.
Oh no, he definitely. Yeah, no. I think the biggest takeaway is Calvin Ridley still a dog.
Okay, so I was at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I was glazing Trevor.
You guys are
Lawrence.
gonna hear that a lot this year.
I was glazing Trevor Lawrence so hard because he made so many unbelievable, like Patrick Mahomes. Well, I mean, not this week. Josh Allen like throws. Like that throw where the 2 Colts players bumped into each other and got hurt. That's one of the best throws I've ever seen.
The camera's lagging again.
Yeah, he fit that into such tight coverage, and it was a phenomenal throw, a good catch. I mean, Trevor Lawrence.
I'm gonna go fix the camera.
All right, Trevor Lawrence is top tier. He's top tier. Don't get it twisted. He has a great chance to win MVP this year. Yeah, it is really. It's really laggy. We didn't have this problem at all last time. They switched with the Broncos, I heard. How many primetime games? Oh, what happened? Wait, how many primetime games did the Jets get flexed out of? Ooh, good question.
That's actually really
Probably
good question.
almost all of them.
Sorry about that, folks. We're gonna try to fix that for next week.
They got switched with the Broncos. Yeah, that Broncos offense is not going anywhere near primetime. Let's not get it twisted. But back to this. ETN looked good.
ETN looked really good.
Ridley, man, special. He's a special player, and
Evan Ingram looked good.
Yeah, I think we never got to see all of Ridley because Matt Ryan was getting washed, and now we see
best defense in the league. Cowboys, no doubt.
Oh,
Cowboys are 49ers.
I would say no doubt. I take the
Dallas,
Cowboys
this past week.
but the Niners defense is exceptional. But yeah, ETN ran it well. He caught a few passes, but Calvin Ridley, phenomenal first half. I would have liked to see a little more in the second half. That's why the Colts came back, and it was looking like the Jags were going to lose, except for an Anthony Richardson bad throw that led to an interception, and that kind of changed the course of the game. And the camera's still lagging.
Is it? That's delayed. You're looking at the one on the right because that's the delayed stream. Oh, what?
I told you.
No, because look at that.
Okay.
It might just be that.
It could be. Is it lagging a lot for you guys, or?
I don't know why it's doing it this week.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No, I don't know. Just could just be the laptop. My laptop going on the Wi-Fi.
Maybe.
All right.
Probably not.
What is our next game?
Tampa, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson put up 150 yards, and they still lost.
He had 120 in the first half, so
Yeah,
he didn't do shit in the second.
Well, yeah, in and out, boys. All right.
All right.
I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. We're good.
Really bad game by Kirk Cousins. There's no other way to
Yeah.
put it. It was a bad game. Jordan Addison.
Chris Godwin looked good.
Jordan Addison is faster than Justin Jefferson, I would say.
Yeah.
I think Justin Jefferson has GOAT potential as a receiver. I think he can, if he keeps up his current pace, he passes Jerry Rice in 10 years in receiving.
10 years.
Which is not a lot. It really isn't. Jefferson has GOAT potential. Baker Mayfield played surprisingly well. He did. He played surprisingly well. 21-34, 173 and 2
He
tutties.
weirdly, just reference, popped up on the IR today. He should play, though.
What? On the IR?
Yeah, for a shoulder injury.
Okay. You can't say IR. Say injury
I mean,
report.
injury report.
IR's a big difference because he's out 4 weeks.
My
like that.
bad.
Okay.
My bad, folks.
The running game was bad.
Both sides.
It was.
Both sides.
Mike Evans, 6 for 66 and a touchdown. That's an average Mike Evans stat line, and it is
Chris
now.
Godwin looked good though.
And Mike Evans will be hitting free agency this offseason.
$10 upgrade to Wi-Fi. I will definitely take $10.
Okay. Yeah, that is a bot.
Got it. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
But Mike Evans
The
will
wonders of being a small channel.
Mike Evans will be hitting free agency this offseason as they could not get a deal on Ed, and he pretty much said, okay, he wanted to retire as a Buck, but that it looks like that will not be happening. I mean, Kirk Cousins hit 75%.
Hey, us getting a bot's a good thing though, technically.
Yeah. But Justin Jefferson again, 9 grabs, 150 yards. Jordan Addison for 61 and a score, which that score was huge because this game would have been much, much worse for the Vikings if he doesn't score that.
It's Tennessee, New Orleans. Bad game.
All right, Dylan and I were talking about this game before. A lot of reviews. It started off, it was a weird game, man. So many field goals.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Thoughts? He's solid.
He saw Zeke got a lot more reps this week than I thought he would.
Zeke fumbled. Zeke sucks.
I'm aware.
He's washing. He's
I
old.
didn't say he was good. I just said he got a
I
lot
know.
more reps than I thought he
Ramondre
would.
needs to be the primary back. That should not be a split back set like the
No.
Jets. Well, we'll talk more about the Jets. Jesus, I don't want to. But there was a really weird game. It started about 10 minutes later than every other game because
They were reviewing it.
yeah, and a really bad call, which I think is the worst call of the week. Derek Carr, it was a clear fumble in my eyes and other people's eyes
It was
I
an
was
empty
with.
hand.
What?
It was an empty hand. Wasn't it?
It was what?
It was a fumble.
Yes, yeah. And it should have been a touchdown. But it wasn't, and I mean it didn't matter. Saints won, but I expected more from the Saints because I do have them winning that division. I changed my
Yeah,
mind.
they really need Alvin
last
Kamara back. Jamal Williams, love him as a person. Great running
not
back
he,
too.
okay, he's not really a good running back. He's a good
RB2,
good goal line.
He's a good
running
goal
back.
line back.
Yes.
He's not meant to be the starting running back.
doesn't-
They need Alvin
He never
Kamara
was. He was always Aaron Jones' backup, and he was DeAndre Swift's backup, and now he should be Alvin Kamara's backup.
The main thing from that game that's been going
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote viral is the clip of Derek Carr saying she the run a go route
Yeah,
to
I
end
mean,
the game.
what is it? Rashid Shaheed?
Rashida.
He
Yeah.
kind of broke. I wouldn't say broke out, but he played well the second half of last season, and he looked like their.
Crystal-
I was about to say he looked like their best receiver. Let me take that back.
Yeah,
Chris Olave
Chris
played
Olave.
great. Yeah.
112 receiving yards. Out of the receivers from last year, he played the best. I mean, obviously, we can't talk about Garrett Wilson because,
Slant
but
Boy
Drake-
looked good too.
Slant play looked good at the beginning of last season too.
I
And
mean,
then
he'll
he
be
got
out by
hurt.
week 5.
Oh, he definitely will.
But he looked good. I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, 5 for 61. He had a nice go route on the left side.
Yeah,
I was
Chris
surprised
Olave
with.
looked the best out of last year's rookie receivers.
Uh,
So
Key takeaways: Titans suck. Saints looked fine, which means they'll win that division because that division sucks.
DeAndre Hopkins,
Yeah.
lack of impact. I don't think it's his fault. I would say it's Ryan Tannehill's fault.
Let's move on to Commanders Cardinals, which we mentioned a bit earlier. Josh Dobbs didn't look terrible. Sam Howell played worse than I thought he would.
I thought he would play a lot better. I
mean,
really thought he would play a lot better.
the 7 of the Cardinals' 16 points were contributed.
That cup empty as fuck.
That the only touchdown the Cardinals had, I believe, unless it was a missed extra point, was a strip sack on Sam Howell where he was running, the ball literally just got punched out and they scored.
Weirdly enough, every time I go back and act like I'm taking a
Yeah,
sip,
it
there
was.
is water that comes out though. I don't know how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot that happened in that game. The biggest takeaway was the Cardinals' defense and that touchdown that they got.
Yeah.
I literally turned the game on right in that moment. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, I am a huge Jahan Dotson supporter. I've been since week 1 of last season. But Dotson looked good, and I think he'll develop. I mean, he had 5 for 40. I'm a huge Dotson guy.
Let's talk
Scary
about
Terry didn't do anything.
Let's talk about San Francisco Pittsburgh real quick. Pittsburgh played a lot worse than I thought they would.
I don't get why everyone was riding
I didn't
the
think they were
Steelers
going
in
to
the
be like
offseason.
phenomenal. I thought they were at least going to be above average
I don't see that because
or average at least because they weren't even above.
their
they weren't even average last year.
secondary, besides Minka, is not good. Obviously, they're the best.
What are you
not
talking
the
about? They
best
got
pass rusher.
Pat P.
Who got cooked, absolutely destroyed by Brandon Ayuk.
Oh my
after
God,
talking shit
Brandon
all week.
Brandon Ayuk.
But the
Great
Steelers'
game.
offense isn't great. Kenny Pickett, he's not good.
No.
Najee has not been as he was his rookie year. Deontay Johnson's now out for I think 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Pickens is good. So I didn't see why.
Freiermuth
And
is decent.
that score did not surprise me at all.
No.
McCaffrey with a phenomenal 65-yard touchdown off the left tackle.
152 rushing yards for the entire
He
game.
was great.
Honestly?
Ayuk was phenomenal also.
Honestly, he's going to be the best running back. I think him. Oh my, well, him and another running back we'll get to later. But a full year behind that 49ers line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be insane.
But he looks great.
You know, I think you know the running back I'm gonna talk about later. Your boy, you like this running back a lot.
Eckler.
Yes.
I was thinking someone else. We'll get to that.
I know who you were thinking about. Obviously, right?
We'll see.
The guy who you're like the player, don't like that he did well in this game.
I was thinking Pollard.
Oh, I was gonna say Brees Hall. There's a lot of
Who
quarterback.
said I like Brees Hall? He's on the Jets.
Okay, well, whatever.
Um,
Quarterback wise, sucked week 1.
I do want to
Running
go
back
back
wise,
that
great.
one of my friends pointed this out that actually Debo, when Brock Purdy's quarterback, has very low production, and I don't know why, but he does, and I don't like to see it because Debo's a special talent. He is. But Ayuk was phenomenal.
Tony Pollard is my daddy.
I
didn't say no.
I know, no,
Okay.
I know. Yeah,
Okay.
Ayuk had a great catch in the bottom right corner of the end zone. My dad and I were shocked at the fact that he caught that. But 49ers, they're my favorite to win the NFC at the moment. Oh no, sorry, I forgot the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I hate
Let's
them,
talk.
'cause I
Let's
hate
talk
them.
about. Let's talk about the horrible game. Almost as bad as the Saints, Titans. Let's talk about the Ravens Texans game.
Didn't we talk about that? Oh no, we talked about Stroud.
We talked about Stroud
Uh,
and how Lamar was disappointing, but you know,
J.K. Dobbins. That's his second Achilles tear.
it's depressing.
This was his 4th year.
Yeah, it's
He was-
really depressing.
He didn't play a lot his rookie year. He broke out and had like 200 yards rushing in the final game against Cincinnati, his first year. I think he tore his Achilles his second year. He was on and off injured last year, and he tore his Achilles week 1 this year.
It's like if Tariq Cohen actually finally got back to play a game in the NFL and then tore his ACL again.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Speaking of which, he got signed to the Panthers practice squad. Good for him.
Zay Flowers, like you mentioned earlier, Zay Flowers looked good.
He looked
had
good?
9 grabs for 78 yards.
Lamar looked bad. Really bad. Really bad.
Mark Andrews didn't play.
No.
I didn't even notice. But yeah, I think once Mark Andrews comes back, we'll see a little less production from Zay Flowers. OBJ didn't look great, and that's not a surprise to me.
OBJ's highlight was dropping a pass and then proceeding to get a pass interference on that same play.
He has not been great since 2018.
Okay, he was good on the Rams when they won the Super Bowl,
He was their third option.
but he was good.
Right, but he was their third option. So
I mean, technically.
it definitely, when you're going into looking at him as possibly wide receiver 1, possibly.
Oh no,
He's wide receiver
he's
2.
not. He's wide receiver 2.
Right, but even as him being possible, he didn't look good, and I didn't expect him to. Lamar didn't look great, as you had mentioned. He didn't even score.
No.
Nope, he threw a pick.
Yeah, he had 6.4.
Justice Hill.
6.
Justice Hill had 8 carries and 2 touchdowns, but only 9 yards.
He had 6 point. That's getting vibes of the Jerome Bettis 3 yards, 3 touchdowns.
I just saw a TikTok about that today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Isaiah Likely, a Madden goat, had 1 catch for 4 yards. I think he could thrive as a tight end on another team. He's like 6'8" and he's fast. Texans, we talked about Stroud earlier. Yeah, my goat Devin Singletary only averaged 2.1 yards a carry.
Who's he on now?
Texans?
Oh, is that where he went?
Yeah.
Out of FAU.
Yeah. Let's move on to the first 4 o'clock game. Packers Bears. Are we going to see a third Hall of Fame Packer quarterback?
He looked good. I mean, for reference, that secondary is bad.
The Bears have one of the worst defenses in the league. They have the worst run defense in the league.
Their best players, Edmonds.
On defense,
Yeah.
I think you're overrating him.
Who would you say is their best?
Is Eddie Jackson still on the team? Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
Probably Eddie Jackson. I was about to say Roquan Smith, but he's on the Ravens. Right. Jordan Love
the Bears
had
look bad.
Jordan Love had the number 1 passer rating coming out of week 1, and he's tied it for first in
Actually,
touchdowns.
I know who the best defensive player on that field was on Sunday for the Bears.
Well, Justin Fields, you're gonna say.
No, defense. It's actually 82-year-old Dick Butkus. He was on the field before the game. So
I mean, the best defensive player in that game was Quay Walker, an amazing pick six. He got hit hard and he spun right off it.
Quay Walker, most known for was he the one that pushed the Lions trainer last year in the last game of the season? You know what I'm talking. You know
when that comes to mind, I'm thinking more of Tay pushing over the Chiefs reporter and Anthony Edwards throwing a chair.
There's a lot of pushing last season. There was a lot of pushing.
No, but the Packers looked great. Aaron Jones ran the ball excellently. He did get hurt.
Love the Marlins. Thank you so much for the follow.
Aaron Jones looked great running the ball. Receiving the ball. He was excellent. 2 catches for 86 yards.
Hey, actually, he got hurt. All right, hurt. It was more. They came out. It looked more of a precautionary thing just because how overworked he was.
Mhm.
It was a hot day in Chicago. Another one. Jesus. TR Bolt. Thanks so much for the follow.
Romeo Dobbs, 4 catches, 2 touchdowns.
They look good. Once Christian Watson gets back,
He's
honestly,
playing this week. Wow.
Jesus. TDB paper roll. Thanks so much for the follow.
Christian Watson is coming back this week, so they'll look even better. We'll obviously get into our week 2.
I do want to say, Antonio
So-
Brown did tweet out. So the Steelers need a receiver. ...
He had an arrest warrant like a year ago. I don't even know what happened with that. AJ Dillon did not look good. I'm pretty sure he had a fumble.
No, I do think that offense is going to look really scary with Christian Watson.
Side
back.
note: what happened to Robert Tonyan?
I actually have
He
no
had like
clue.
13 touchdowns that COVID year with Rodgers. I don't think he's on the team.
I don't think
anymore.
he's on any team. He might be on a practice squad.
He was good. But Justin Fields, like we had mentioned earlier, has not improved. He's a
No,
great rusher, but I mean he's in
He's
the
a
Bears
worse
system,
Lamar.
But
he's a worse Lamar. Well, actually,
much
I
worse.
was.
What happened to Chase Claypool? Oh, DJ Moore. Hold on. Yeah. We're not done with how atrocious the Bears were. Chase Claypool, that trade, it was for a second-round pick. The Steelers won that trade. He's done nothing since he got there. DJ Moore and a first-round pick was traded for the first overall pick. They could have gotten any defensive player they wanted. Or they could have even reached and taken, like, JSN. But DJ Moore, like, they do not trust Fields to throw
Funniest
the
name in football, General Booty, Oklahoma quarterback.
ball. Haha, Clinton Dix.
Clinton Dix, yes, that's a good one. Oh, shoot, hold up.
Okay. While he looks that up. Oh, Deontay Foreman's on the team. DJ Moore, like they did not trust Justin Fields to throw the ball, and the coaching was really bad by the Bears, which is not a surprise. The Bears coaches have always been notoriously bad.
I'm on a mission right now to find this guy's name.
I'm a big Darnell Mooney guy. He played fine. He's the second option behind DJ Moore, but DJ Moore just with atrocious quarterback play, and I don't think honestly we'll ever see him live up to his potential that he could have been because he's a great receiver, but he is the best quarterback that he's played for is probably Cam Newton that one season when they started 5-0, which is not.
Okay, I gave you my answer. I really need to find this guy's name.
It's cheating, yeah, for real.
Whoa. Okay, I gave you an answer. I just need to find this guy's name.
All right, let's go to the game of the week. Dolphins Chargers. An offensive shootout, by far the highest scoring. This was not really a high scoring week 1. Tua looked good. He didn't look great.
He turned the ball over twice in the red zone.
Thank you.
Yep.
People look at the stats.
Parker Titsworth, center for the University of Ohio Bobcats. There we go. He wears number 69. I kid you not. Has a mullet too. He's like literally thoughts on KPJ on the Houston Rockets.
Oh, did you hear about that?
Yeah, felony arrest warrant. We'll get into.
No, not arrest warrant. He's been arrested.
He got arrested.
Yeah.
We'll get into NBA. There's some NBA news we need to talk about.
Yeah. Taken after Miles Bridges there. But he had 2 turnovers, and also like I'm hating. I really am. Because he played great, but he missed 2 plays that should have been touchdowns. That one of them was just like 30-yard gain. The other one.
What are we on? Miami. We got 2 more games until Bills Jets.
3, I think.
2.
Raiders, Broncos, Rams, Seahawks,
Oh, I forgot we
Eagles,
didn't.
Patriots in this game.
I forgot. Yeah, my bad. 3. Apologies.
Justin Herbert got sacked on the final drive, and that kind of put the game away.
I will say though, I think it was more testament of how good that Dolphins defense looked. Cause
What?
Not
They allowed
Dolphins-
34 points.
not Dolphins defense. The
Dolphins offense.
yes, no. I forgot what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to figure out what to say. How bad the Chargers offensive line looked, especially in that last drive. They couldn't protect Herbert.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
That's I said that really bad. I said that really poorly.
really slowly.
Yes, slowly and poorly.
That throw by Tua to Tyreek Hill, it was phenomenal. Probably the only deep ball highlight he'll have in his whole career.
I wouldn't have said this was game of the week though.
A high-scoring shootout? What?
I
Who
wouldn't
would you
have-
say was better?
How about Mr. Prime Time? I mean, it wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't great. Honestly, the Bills Jets game was still a really good game. Went to overtime. Great ending. Not
The
for
game
you, but
wasn't
like,
great. It was really boring.
I mean, for you.
It was boring for everyone.
I made money off of that game.
It was 16-16 at the end of regulation.
Yeah.
Two total touchdowns.
It
at
was
the end of
interesting as a
regulation.
neutral party watching it.
It was an interesting game. It was not an entertaining game.
For you. I got to the point where it got to the point where I was like, oh wow, how is Josh Allen going to turn the ball over this time?
We're not on that game yet. Raiders Broncos. Russell Wilson with Sean Payton. He looked better. He was more mobile. He played better than Josh Allen this week.
Did you see he says he's keeping receipts from last year? Did you see that?
I did. Russ didn't have any turnovers. 27 completions for 177 yards. Not good.
No.
2 touchdowns. He just never has had a real receiving core because Tim Patrick gets hurt every year, and I'm sure Cortland Sutton will get hurt at some point.
And Jerry Judy's
Hurt. I think he'll play this week. He was a game time decision last week.
You feel Sam's rage through the screen.
Yeah. It was a boring game.
Can we talk about my team?
Hold on. Devontae Adams got targeted a lot less. Jacoby Myers was the main guy. He had a nasty hit on him that he might not even play next week. But 2 touchdowns. He's one of the best receivers, but Tay did not look great. What, you want to talk about the Rams now?
I want to talk about the Rams. You can ask Sam. I was not expecting either of my teams to win. And I'm glad. Stafford looked good. You know, he didn't have a passing
He did,
touchdown,
no,
but he did look good. He was like
he had that zip back.
oh no, he had the zip
did.
back. What was he, like 34 for 42? He had a good completion.
24 for 38.
Oh, whatever.
Not great.
Whatever.
Under
How many yards?
66%.
334 yards, no interceptions.
Second most
With
for
for Stafford, that's no interceptions.
a guy I'd never heard of Kyron Williams. 2 touchdowns.
I've heard of Kyron Williams out of Notre Dame, 5th round rookie pick 2 years ago.
Puka,
Had a stress factor.
Let me see if I'm pronouncing this right. Puka Nakua.
Puka Nakua out of BYU, 5th round rookie
Okay.
this year. Played phenomenal. I like the way he looked good in preseason. It was all right. So 2 years ago, I'll never remember this. I was talking with you about this because this is when we first started the podcast. A guy named Lance McCutcheon. Yeah. So out of Montana State,
crazy.
he looked good in preseason. Not as good as Puka Nakua. I don't know where if Lance. He's on the Rams still. I think he's on a practice squad.
You also glazed Tutu Atwell all of last year, and he played well.
Oh, no,
6 yards
okay.
for 119. It's good.
You
glazed
glazed
him.
no, that's
You
not
glazed
that's,
him
that,
all of last season.
That is not who I glazed last season. Who did I glaze last season?
Ben Skoranek.
Ben Skoranek. I glazed the out of Ben
But
Skoranek.
you were like, oh yeah, we got this guy Tutu Atwell. I'm like, Dylan, nobody's heard of this guy in terms of NFL.
And who are the 2 top receivers on waiver wire this week?
I would say Jacoby Myers.
Who
Kendrick Bourne
okay.
and Jacoby Myers. We forgot to highlight.
Jacoby Meyer got the shit knocked out of him
But yeah,
in the last
Puka
play.
Nakua was definitely the number one.
Puka
pick. I picked him
Nakua
up
looked
in 2
good.
leagues.
Okay, there is one thing I will say. It was nice to see Stafford making throws,
Mhm.
good throws, and being productive with the ball without Cooper Kupp on that offense.
I will
That was my
say-
big worry this year with Cooper Kupp being out for 4 games.
I think this was more of a testament to maybe the Seahawks aren't good as the Rams being. The Seahawks are bad as the Rams being good.
I will say though, that secondary was contested to be decent at least.
Well, yeah, Quandre.
And
Diggs.
I will say, considering we had 2 receivers with almost with 120 each, pretty much, you know, I think that's something to say, you know. And it's not even like, it's 2 Cooper Kupps, you know, or like Cooper Kupp and like someone else. It was Puka Nakua and 5'8" Tutu Atwell.
Why can't I think of the really good corner from the Seahawks?
Tariq Woolen.
Yeah, I
You had this issue last week.
forgot it. Yeah, I know.
And then Devin Witherspoon is yet to play. He should play next week, I'm hoping. Where'd Devin Witherspoon go to college?
Final 4 o'clock game. What?
Where'd Devin Witherspoon go to college?
Illinois.
Yeah.
Eagles, Patriots. Eagles didn't look great. Patriots looked pretty good. This is one of the best games I think we've ever seen out of Mac Jones. Kendrick Bourne had a great week. That defense looked good. Really good, that defense looked. Stopping the Eagles offense is tough.
I thought
good.
it looked really good. I just think it was the classic Super Bowl slump, but it was the Super Bowl slump for the runner-up for some reason. For both teams. I mean, Kansas City lost. They didn't look as bad as the Rams did after they won the Super Bowl. I remember that.
Bills won by 28.
You know,
opening week,
Sam can't talk about his game in week 1 this year, but I couldn't talk about my week 1 game as a Rams fan last year, especially with this man.
Well, I had to because I rubbed it in.
Yes. But Honestly, I didn't think Philadelphia looked that good. I think that young
No, they
defense
didn't look
might come back and bite them later
All
this
right.
year.
40-0. Probably the worst game of the week.
Yeah, I turned it off at halftime.
I don't know why, but I kept watching and I kept watching.
It was kind of like the thing where it's like, oh, it's so bad, it's so good.
And I went to bed with like 4 minutes to go in the fourth.
Should I share the conversation I had with someone before this game?
What, the $5 bet?
So one of my friends was very adamant that the Giants would win against the Cowboys. That they were so confident they bet me $5 on it. I said, I am going to laugh my ass off. I said they should have owed me $10 because of how bad they got beat. They have yet to pay me up. I'm very depressed about that.
After this, I don't
Money.
think the Giants will make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to go back to like 4-13. I think they'll be around. I think they could win anywhere from 7 to 10 games still. It was bad. It was really bad. And
it was worse than bad.
the Giants looked
It was
actually
atrocious.
The Giants looked great on their opening drive. They really did. Until that Daniel Jones aborted snap and then the blocked field goal, everything went downhill. Like the Giants were driving on the best defense in football. So it could have just been momentum, but honestly, momentum doesn't have that large of a role in football. But the Cowboys are serious. Tony Pollard looked great. Dak barely had to throw the ball.
Oh yeah, no.
barely did.
I like I said, I like the way Tony Pollard played.
So much
Micah
practice.
Parsons, man.
Best defensive player in the league.
Do you think he finally wins
large
DPOY?
It-
Him or Nick Bosa?
I'm going to say no just because I don't think he'll lead the league in sacks. DPOY is pretty much whoever leads the league in sacks, or unless you have a ridiculous number of picks.
I will say there were 2 players on Dallas that had 2 sacks. One of them I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name.
Let's see. Where?
You want to attempt?
Osa
I'm not attempting that.
Odigawusa.
And Dorrance Armstrong both had 2 sacks. Michael Parsons had 1. But Micah had a lot of QB pressures. A lot.
All right. I think.
Is it time?
All right. I'm going first.
Hold on. We have to have an intro for this. It's a big event, you know?
No.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to go first on this and give my somewhat unbiased opinion on this. Is that
I'm gonna sit back with a big giant grin on my face
Is
because you know how I felt all last year.
the Jets did not win this game and the Bills did not lose this game.
But they actually
Hold
did win.
on. The Jets did not win this game, and the Bills did not lose this game. Josh Allen lost this game. I love Josh Allen. I still believe he's a top 3 quarterback. He played by far the worst game I've ever seen him play. The first pick, you can excuse, right? It was an arm punt. He's done that before, and he was playing well up to that point. His completion percentage was nothing like we'd ever seen, and he was being patient with the football. And then that all went away after that first interception. They could not drive on the... No, they were driving on the Jets. And he got flustered, and you go through the entire game, and then it's like, okay, big, let's go, kick a field goal. And he looked great on that drive. He was phenomenal on that drive. And then in overtime, he wasn't even that bad. But 4 turnovers is unacceptable, and it's the same thing that we have seen before. It's the turnover issues. He's a more athletic Brett Favre. And like I had mentioned earlier, it's like we'll see 3 to 4 games like this a year, and then the other 13 he'll play like the second best quarterback in the league. This game was significantly worse for the Jets than it was the Bills. They lost their Hall of Fame quarterback potentially forever. They have Zach Wilson at quarterback. Breece Hall looked phenomenal, right? Barely had any carries, like 127 yards.
10 carries, 127 yards.
Thank you. So he looked great. He was lacking the speed, and we saw him get caught up too. But the Jets' season is absolutely over. They will not do anything with Zach Wilson as quarterback. So that's why I still have a smile on my face. The Bills will still make the playoffs. They'll still probably win the division. I'm not worried about it. Terrible week 1. As we've seen, week 1 doesn't mean anything. The Bengals got destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs lost. Aaron Rodgers won the MVP when they lost to the Saints 38-3 week 1 on the road in a mutual site pretty much because it was in Jacksonville.
I'll let you relax while I cover the game real quick.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll let you take it. You can look at chat, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson came in slow, looked a little better. Garrett Wilson with a phenomenal touchdown catch in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. My
Phenomenal.
bad.
Focus, ball, like eyes directly, hand-eye coordination, great. Breece Hall, like you said, phenomenal. I like the duo between him and Dalvin Cook. Breece Hall, obviously running back 1, though, in that situation. His brother, though, Dalvin Cook's brother, James Cook, looked relatively good for the Bills. still young. He's fully the starter. Devin Singletary's out of there.
Yeah, he didn't look good in overtime on 2nd and 15 when
no.
they decided to run a draw.
I don't know why they ran that.
Thanks,
draw,
Ken Dorsey.
Yeah. Honestly, the Jets defense did look good. You have to admit they did look good.
That's not a surprise.
That line. Jordan Whitehead has never had a 3-interception season. He had an incentive for 3 interceptions in the entire season to get $250,000.
$250, that's a lot.
$250,000. Josh Allen, that nice man that he is, gave him that in one game. There has only been one. I don't think there's been a incentive hit in week 1 since I believe 2015. I don't know who it was. I'll have to look that up. Phenomenal game by the Jets defense and special teams.
Again, I'm going to say that the turnovers were not because the Jets defense was like, oh my God, they're putting so much pressure. They American Greek plays. It was Josh Allen playing bad. That's what is annoying me so much. People are acting like the Jets played a good game. They didn't. Josh Allen played a bad game. Zach Wilson was absolutely terrible.
All right, well, let's, other than that,
all right,
I will say.
Week 2 predictions now.
Yeah, can I just say one more thing?
Uh-huh.
End of the game, your punter looked great on that tackle, by the way. But
or you don't want to mention the illegal block on the return?
It wasn't. It really wasn't. The guy literally left his feet and jumped at it.
All right, week 2 predictions. Tomorrow's game, a rematch between the Monday Night Football doubleheader. That was Bills-Titans and Vikings-Eagles, which is our Thursday night matchup this week. Okay. Yeah, we mentioned it. I have the Vikings as a very close to a bottom 5 team. Eagles win this pretty handily.
Yo, primetime Kirko. Sorry.
Well, it's more. Yeah, he does suck.
Primetime Kirko
Yipping
sucks.
or yapping? Sam's face looks disgusted. Yeah, I am disgusted. Yipping or yapping? That has substance, so that is going to be yap, not yip. But yeah, I think you're going to agree with me that the Eagles definitely win that.
Oh, the Eagles win. There's no doubt. Question is, if Vikings win on the plane ride home, does he put the chains on?
He put the chains on because they were like 10-1 through week 11. That's why he put the chains on, not because
he's putting the chains on. If they win, he's putting the chains on. Let's talk about this. Green Bay Packers absolutely destroying the Atlanta Falcons. Absolutely, I'm putting mine down. This is going to be a blowout.
Yeah. There's not much more I could say. Christian Watson lined up against AJ Terrell. Christian Watson's really fast. He's one of the fastest receivers. It's not Yip. I think one of the most interesting games, 2 teams with disappointing week 1 performances. One was abysmal, the other one was not great. Ravens-Bengals in Cincinnati. Who you got and why?
Not obviously, but I'm going to choose Cincinnati. The loss of J.K. Dobbins, that's a big hit, obviously. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, the past 3 seasons, secondly, has not played well in week 1. It takes a little bit to get going. It's like the Georgia defense in the first quarter.
They did start 0-2 last season. I forgot about that.
It takes a little bit to get going. But once
they get
going,
they lost to week 1? I know they lost to Cowboys week 2. They lost to the Steelers week 1. Right, that was one of the best games of the year.
Will say, I'm taking Cincinnati. It's at home. They have all the pieces there. Joe Burrow just need to get going again. I think it's going to be a really good game, but I think the Cincinnati is going to get back out. It's just the Baltimore Ravens took too much of a hit week 1.
The Ravens have an exceptional pass rush. And that's what's going to win in this game. I have the Ravens.
Did you see the Cincinnati Bengals released La'el Collins? He was on the PUP list, but they released him. So he can be signed by anyone.
This Bengals O-line after week 1 is worse than their Super Bowl run.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So I think the Ravens are going to win this game on defense. I don't even think I know they played with Texas last week. We don't need Lamar to be amazing. That defense can win games. It's a good defense with a great secondary, too.
I mean, the Ravens do have a history of having phenomenal defenses.
They have Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, Marcus Peters, Marcus Williams. It's a phenomenal defense at every aspect.
My big thing is the hits on the offensive side of the ball for the Ravens. J.K. Dobbins, the 2 linemen,
Yeah.
It's just question. It's going to be a defensive battle.
Is Mark Andrews playing this week?
If he doesn't, it's really hard,
Yeah. All right. Next game.
Seattle Seahawks against the Detroit Lions.
This was matched last year, which both teams scored 40-plus points. Seahawks ended up winning that one, and I see the opposite result. Seahawks looked terrible. Lions looked good last
Lions
week.
winning this, no doubt. It's at Detroit.
Yep.
I can't speak today. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, yeah. I hope to see a lot more Jahmyr Gibbs this week.
I definitely do for the sake of my fantasy team. Lions I don't know if the way the Packers played, I don't know if they'll win the division, but they're definitely, in my opinion, a wild card team.
They have a chance to win the division.
They do have a chance. It'll be a really good run.
Mhm.
A little better than we all thought it would. I thought, I will admit, I did think the Lions had an easy route to winning the division. Do we already go over power rankings? Yes.
We didn't exactly do power rankings.
We did
but
top
we
five,
did top
bottom
five, bottom five.
Well, Sam did.
Yeah.
I haven't done my top five,
Colts
bottom five yet.
Texans probably one of the worst games of the week.
Honestly,
Battle of the two teams.
I think the Colts win.
I don't think that you're saying honestly. I think that's the common opinion on this one.
See, I have to say honestly, as a fan of the Colts,
Who wins the power? Big Brother reference. Yeah, I agree. Colts take this.
I
Yeah.
really think the Colts take
CJ
this.
Stroud has no weapons.
That line, DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart and Kwity Paye are just gonna destroy that line.
Grover Stewart. That could be the funniest name in.
He's
NFL.
good too. He's a very solid D
Well,
line.
DeForest Buckner's actually a funny name too.
Well, DeForest Buckner is great.
He's great, but DeForest.
Yeah, no, that the Colts D line is going to eat.
I mean,
Eat.
Anthony Richardson doesn't have weapons, but he is shitty Michael Pittman. So.
Alec Pierce isn't bad. He's
Yeah,
a
sure.
second year. Give him a break.
Bears Bucks. Ooh.
Buccaneers.
Last time I remember these teams played, I'm pretty sure Brady won 38-3.
If y'all want, you guys can put your predictions in the chat as well.
Wait, did you say Bears or Bucks?
I said Bucks.
I
doubt.
agree,
It's
yeah.
at Tampa. Baker, although he was on the injury report, he should play. And even if he's hurt slightly when he plays, I'm not worried about it.
It is week 2, so our predictions are probably not going to be as good. But the simple formula really is the Bucks look better than we thought last week, and the Bears looked worse than we thought last week. The Bears defense is worse than the Vikings, so we should see Baker with some more success.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Jags, and
This could be game of the week.
I have the Kansas City Chiefs dropping to 0-2 and the Jacksonville Jaguars
Really?
going 2-0.
Wow. Okay.
Because even if Kelsey plays, you could just double him. They don't really need to cover anyone else. And I take the Jags offense over the Chiefs
You
defense.
you do have to admit, out of the entire receiving core for the Chiefs look bad. The only decent receiver was MVS.
Okay, well, surprise the Bills fan has the Chiefs losing.
You know what?
The
Chris,
Jags are
Chris
great.
Jones is back. Travis Kelsey's most likely back. I'm gonna have the Chiefs winning this.
Hey, I had the Chiefs beating the Lions last week.
Yep.
So
I have the Chiefs winning this. Kelsey's most likely back, and Chris Jones is definitely back. Also, 1 year, $25 million deal. Insane.
Calvin Ridley is going to destroy Trent McDuffie, L'Jarius Sneed. That's what I'm saying. The Jags have a really good receiving core. Kirk had a great year. Zay Jones is a good third option.
Yeah, you do have a point.
agree.
The
See,
defense, the secondary is just not great.
And it's in Jacksonville too.
See, the Chiefs, even though because they won the Super Bowl, they didn't feel the need to go crazy. Honestly, I would have liked to see the Chiefs either sign Von Bell or Jesse Bates. That would have been a good sign for them this offseason.
All right. Raiders, Bills. Guys, don't overreact. The Bills are still a top tier team in the league.
Bills.
Yeah, it shouldn't be close. It's in Buffalo too. Home opener in Buffalo. I mean, come on. I've been there before.
Yeah,
crazy.
you were there last year when they lost to the Vikings.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to the Sunday night game against
you
the
also
Giants
went to
this
the
year.
you also were at the Sabres Bruins game where the Bruins beat them.
Well, that wasn't a surprise. That was a historic Bruins team.
Actually, it was shot. You guys almost beat them that game.
I know we were up 3-1.
It was shock, and you guys lost.
But I'm going to Bills Giants in Buffalo Sunday Night Football Week 6.
You are so lucky. I'm still trying to convince someone. I'm trying to get up to an Illinois Colts game.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So Bills will win that. I mean, even without Jacoby Myers, we had Tre'Davious White, we got Jordan Poyer, we got Mike Tay ain't doing shit.
The only 1:00 game we have yet to mention, the Los Angeles Chargers against the Tennessee Titans.
Chargers. Yeah.
Does Will Levis finally get to play, or is that not till like week 8?
Titans drafted him.
Yes, second round.
Malik Willis. Your laptop died. Oh.
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. Eckler might not play this week, but Joshua Kelly looked really good against the Dolphins. He had 90 yards at a touchdown, and Eckler had like 120 at a touchdown. So,
Also, Tennessee doesn't have the secondary to keep
Tennessee
up with
doesn't have
Quentin
anything.
Johnson, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
They don't have a defense.
Keenan
to
Allen
deal with that
kind of
offense.
surprised me. He's old and he's still producing. All right. 49ers, Rams. I'm gonna say the exact same thing I said for Raiders, Bills. Don't overreact. The Rams look good. The 49ers are the second best team in the league. 49ers. And I don't think we mentioned this, by the way. Purdy looked phenomenal against
no, Purdy
a good
did look
Steelers
phenomenal.
defense.
Purdy looked phenomenal.
Purdy looked
Purdy
great.
looked really good.
He's 6-0 in regular season games. Dude, don't kid
I
yourself. and pick the
can't
Rams
though.
early.
I'm wearing an Aaron. I can't pick the Niners. I can't pick the Niners. I physically can't. No, the Eagles are no. The Cowboys and the Niners are the top two teams.
Yeah, Cowboys.
Cowboys are number one. They're just dominant.
My top 5, in case you guys missed it, was Cowboys 1, Niners 2, Dolphins 3, Eagles 4, Chiefs 5. Yeah.
I can't. I can't pick the Niners. I'm picking the Rams. I physically can't.
All right.
I would have to burn this jersey
Next
if I picked
week,
the Niners.
when the Niners win by 21 plus, I'll have as much enjoyment as he did watching me with the Bills Jets. Actually, no.
Actually, you wouldn't, considering I have no expectations for the Rams and Colts this entire year. You actually had expectations for the Bills.
Giants, Cardinals. Wow, just similar theme. Don't overreact.
No,
the Giants are
win
still a
this.
pretty good team. The Giants are going to win this one handily.
Giants, no doubt.
Saquon against that terrible defense, he's going to eat. He's going to eat.
The New York Jets against the Dallas Cowboys.
The Jets are going to get trounced by the Cowboys.
Honestly,
it could be another 40-0 massacre.
Honestly, the Cowboys could put up within 2 weeks 80 points against New York teams.
Yeah, the Jets without Rodgers
is
terrible. I think
bad.
the Jets are going to be last in the division here. Patriots are going to be third.
No, it's really depressing. I do hope that if Rodgers is going to come back at some, not in the okay,
No, he's out for the season.
let me rephrase that. If he comes back in any role, coaching role, because when he did coach Zach Wilson in the preseason, Zach Wilson did make smart decisions. So if they want any chance, that's their best option.
It ain't happening, Chief.
Let's talk about one of the worst games possibly this coming week: the
Commanders,
Washington
Broncos.
Commanders Broncos.
Broncos.
I think PS2 is the only reason they're going to win this.
Yeah, the Commanders looked bad against the worst team in football, and the Broncos looked decent against a decent team. I'll take. What do you mean I'll take? I said the Broncos were going to win. Guy on the right doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, here's the issue.
You're the guy.
Because I'm on the right. Oh, wait.
Who'd you pick? You didn't even say.
I just said Broncos. I said PS2
Yeah.
is the reason they're going to. Yeah, I said. Wait. Paper, are you wait, hold up.
He's a Broncos fan.
So, wait, are you saying your own team isn't going to?
He
Oh, he does. Oh, he does know what he's talking about.
sounds like a lot of yap to me.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Patriots.
Dolphins. I don't
Hold
we
on.
don't know. No.
I had the
Dolphins.
Dolphins as a top 3 team. But going from the Chargers, one of the worst defenses, to the Patriots defense, which locked up the Eagles, Dolphins win.
No. Wait.
But-
wait.
No. I'm picking this. No.
He just won the whole,
Hold on.
whole
No.
thing and then he.
This is my upset for the week. I'm not doing this like he does upset watch, but this is my upset. The Patriots are going to win this game. And everyone's going to chill out on the Dolphins. I know I had them as a top 3 team, but it's based off week 1. They looked phenomenal. Patriots defense is legit.
Okay.
Saints Panthers, the first of the Monday night doubleheader. Saints.
Saints, no doubt.
That game's boring.
The Saints, honestly, the only 2 teams I actually have a shot to win this division are the Saints and Bucks. Honestly, after last week.
Browns, Steelers.
Browns. All right, I will say something though. This is the first time since 2014. Wait, what was it? Is it 2014? When was the last time the Falcons had a positive record? 2016, right?
17.
17. No. Was it 17 the stat? Wait, I'm stupid.
They made the playoffs
They made the
that
Super Bowl.
No. 2016, they made the Super Bowl. The
2017.
following year, the
It
Rams
was
beat them in the
20
playoffs.
yes. Yeah.
No, the
Yeah, that's
Eagles beat
insane.
them in the playoffs.
I did want to say
No,
something.
the Eagles beat them in the playoffs. My bad.
The best. I when we were talking about the Chicago game, and Justin Fields, something popped in my head.
Squish the fish.
Something popped in my head. You want to know who the best Ohio State quarterback to ever be drafted in the NFL?
Joe Burrow.
What?
Joe Burrow played for.
He doesn't
You said Ohio State, right?
came out of Ohio State. You have to be drafted out of that school to
Okay.
count. That doesn't count.
I
He
know.
came out of LSU. You want to know who it was?
Who?
Tom Tupa. Who? He was a punter. He got drafted as a quarterback and got switched to punter.
Justin Fields is better.
I don't know. Tom Tupo is pretty good.
CJ Stroud is better.
Well, you can't say CJ Stroud's better already.
I would. Did Tom Tupa ever start a game of quarterback now?
Yeah, 2 seasons.
You said he was a punter though.
Yeah, he got switched to punter.
I still take Stroud. That's it for our week 2 predictions.
Let's talk about the little.
Hold on. Do we go ahead and predict the week 3 Thursday night because we don't know? Well, we don't know if it's gonna be.
We always say we're gonna do it, but this year we're actually gonna because a whole new setup. We're gonna post it on our Twitter.
All right.
So make sure go follow Last Minute SP on Twitter if you want to see our Thursday night takes, and also, just see me live tweet a bunch of college games this week. Actually, I will not be live tweeting college games this weekend.
Why?
Not gonna say it on here. Not gonna be watching games.
Okay.
I will be live tweeting Sunday though. Those games.
Super
Tupa. Yeah, Tom Tupa, man.
I think the last thing we're gonna talk about briefly is the NBA.
We have to talk about the FIBA World Cup.
Yeah, we'll mention that the USA lost.
That's not what I want to talk about though.
Hold on, they lost to Germany. Germany was the best team, and then they lost to Canada, where Dylan Brooks scored 39 points on 7 of 8 from 3.
Was it 39? I thought it was 49.
39.
Yeah, I don't know how
but,
they did that.
We had I think Paperwell mentioned KPJ getting arrested for domestic assault.
Felony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll probably still play because that's how sports works. And the biggest thing is that today, franchises can no longer rest star players.
What is it, $1 million
2 star
fine?
players in one game.
How much was the fine if they do it?
$3 million, I think.
$3 million.
I think.
Yikes.
Oh
my God, we might actually see the Clippers make the playoffs and do good.
Kawhi should be fully healthy. Well, no,
you said that last year.
Playoffs.
You said that last year.
will be healthy.
You said that last year.
Kawhi will be healthy. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's a great thing.
All right.
I'm still waiting on. I'm still waiting on Dame to go to the Heat. It's been about 3 months now. I've been waiting to buy myself a Dame jersey.
It probably won't happen.
Do you not remember? We said last time.
It probably won't.
I said the exact trade on. I think I said October 17th. It would happen.
Yeah. Well, you have almost a month. Let's go over real quick.
Donovan Mitchell got traded right before.
Let's go over real quick the only other sport currently ending. I follow it. He doesn't.
Boring.
Yeah. If he follows it, we'll talk about it. We'll talk more. We'll talk mainly about this on the podcast when we get to the playoffs because that's when it gets Sam?
Less boring.
Yes. Tampa Bay Rays still number 1 in the American League. No shock there. Texas Rangers. Cool. Seattle Mariners jumped up again. Toronto Blue Jays.
Sorry. Jimmy for Lillard. No.
Bam.
No.
If a star player from the Heat is getting traded, it's going to be Bam.
It would be Tyler. It would be Bam.
Star.
Sorry. Continue.
Toronto Blue Jays are 4th. Boston Red Sox, Yankees, Cleveland Guardians, Los Angeles Angels, and the Detroit Tigers. That has changed over the past month drastically. Not drastically. Drastically.
Yeah.
I can't speak to them. National League. Wait a minute. Something's going on. My bad. I lied. Those are the wild card standings. I was on the wrong thing. I'm stupid.
What's new? Jimmy, bottom 5 player in the league. That's crazy because pretty sure the Warriors lost in 6 to the Lakers, and the Heat made the finals as an 8 seed. Only the second time I ever do that, and this time it was in the lockout season. And they won a game on the Nuggets. Curry's a bottom 5 player. No, I'm kidding. Bring back Jordan.
All right, here we go.
Can we
I lied.
K-Berg 73?
K-Berg. No. I lied. Here's the standings. I'm stupid. Like Sam said, I'm always. Baltimore Orioles, number 1. Tampa Bay Rays, 2. Houston Astros, 3. Texas Rangers, 4. Mariners, 5. Blue Jays, 6. Twins, Red Sox, Yankees, Guardians, Angels, and Tigers.
Yup.
Yep.
That's my input on baseball. Yup.
The only team to have clinched a playoff spot yet are the Braves.
Yup.
Shockingly.
Yup.
Probably. Honestly, I'm a Dodgers fan, but they're probably going to win the World Series.
LeBron's better.
Braves, Dodgers, Brewers, Phillies, Cubs are shockingly have a playoff spot currently.
Yeah.
Arizona, San Francisco, Cincinnati.
Is that the Rockies at the bottom? Yeah.
Well, they're eliminated.
Yeah, they're at the bottom.
Cincinnati, Miami is actually in the playoffs right now.
Less baseball, more WNBA. Well,
Alright,
the WNBA
question.
playoffs did start.
If the Marlins play the Dodgers, will you go with me to a game
I mean,
in the playoffs?
depends on how much tickets.
Well, I mean, obviously, but like, would you go?
I'd consider it.
All right.
Um,
Oh my God, I just had a great idea.
Hold on, less baseball, more WNBA. I will say, I've seen TikToks of people outside of Liberty games saying, "Who's a better passer, Vandersloot or Chris Paul?" Most of them say Vandersloot. You're delusional. Chris Paul is a top 5 point guard of all time.
CP no
Vandersloot would
rings. That's my boy.
It's
San Diego
ridiculous
Padres, Pittsburgh Pirates, New York Mets, Nationals, and Cardinals. That just doesn't seem right, but okay. I have to check that. That just doesn't seem right.
Probably is. It's on the internet. It's always true. That's what they say.
No, because it's not giving me.
Marlins
Whatever.
are gonna win it all. That'd be crazy.
This probably just made me sound like an idiot. We'll get back to that.
What's new?
It's not whatever. But yeah, no.
Is that all we have for today?
I mean, the only other thing left we can do is Weddle. We can do Weddle. We can do Podal. We can do.
Oh, it was a tape breaking.
Oh.
Okay.
You want to do Weddle real quick?
Yeah, we can. All right.
All right, headphones are coming off. You're gonna have to tell me how I sound.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. So Weddle,
Weddle, and then we're gonna end it for the night.
Weddle, and then we're done. Nice work, boys. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You know, last time we needed a little bit of help on Weddle.
Yeah, no, we did not do well on Weddle
So,
last time.
This time, hopefully not.
I was told last time that the window needs to be bigger, so we'll cut off Sam's face right there.
Damn. No, cut you off. I'm the one that's
We'll put it up here.
perfect.
How's that look? How's that look on the screen right there?
It's not up yet.
That's great. How's that look, guys? That look good?
Hold on. I'm looking over here on the other monitor.
I think that's fine. Because you guys lost, I am not doing Josh Allen first.
All right. Yep, it's good. All right. Hold on.
You've never heard of Weddle is essentially Wordle, but for NFL players.
Yeah.
There's 2 modes. Easy mode is only offense. Hard mode is any position, special teams, defense, or offense.
Let's start. The 6'5"
No, I
quarterback
already-
from the AFC, Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence.
No, but he is 6'5" or 6'4".
All right. Tight end possibly then with that height in the NFC.
Hill is not 6'5" or 6'4", Andrak.
If we're going based off,
It's not.
tight
It's
end,
NFC. Higbee. Can I do Higbee?
Sure.
Sweet. I love Higbee. Ooh, it is a tight end.
So tight end, what's the number? Lower than 86?
It's either-
says?
It's either
85
88
85.
or 87.
Wait, 88 or 87. Ertz.
Kelsey is on the AFC.
Wait, no, Ertz is too old.
Ertz is
It's also
yeah.
wrong division. Goddard is
Goddard.
Goddard's 88. Do Goddard.
How old's Goddard though?
It works. He's like 29.
6'5". So it's either north or south.
Wait, what's the number? We know it's 87.
It's 87.
Can't be Tanyan. Can't be Komet. Hawkinson. Yep, it's Hawkinson. There we go. Pat Frymouth. Hawkinson, yeah? What?
Is he in the league?
Hawkinson. Dude, how are you
Hawk.
Hock?
I'm not. My brain's not working today.
Told you.
Yeah.
All right, do hard mode and then we'll do hard mode and then we'll wrap it up. Who just
Ernest
started?
Jones,
I don't know who that is.
30-year middle linebacker.
Probably on the right.
Oh my God! Holy shit!
You definitely did it
No,
earlier today.
I have not.
I don't believe you.
Oh, I just hurt everyone's ears. I am so sorry.
I don't believe you.
No effing way.
Okay.
There's only one reason why I know who that player. You want to know that? Only because he plays for the Rams.
Or because you did it earlier
No, I
today.
will show you my phone later.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
I have not. Oh my God.
TTV Paper Roll, you're banned. Thank you.
Oh my God. No way. That's insane. You got.
All right.
All right.
I think that's going to do it for us. I'm Sam.
I'm Dylan.
And
this was the Last Minute Sports Podcast.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Now for the 10th